How's it going, everybody? Zach Boyd, student of physical therapy and friend of Rush SPT. He's pretty famous. And today, this is sadly the last video of the four-part series talking about how to pay for grad school. So this last one is going to be specifically on military benefits. I was in the U.S. Navy for 6 years as a missile technician. I know, kind of a crazy job switch there, but there's a lot of politics, as you can imagine. So today we're going to start off with ROTC and commissioning as a military officer. Those are definitely a lot different than being enlisted. So the big thing there is while you're in school, you can actually be in ROTC or actually get commissioned as a military officer. And basically the way this works is they end up paying for your school, and you have to do about a 4, maybe 6 year commitment, just depending on the current environment and how many funds the DoD has and how many medical personnel they need. But one of our faculty members here at our university was in the Army. He currently, I believe, is still a reserve officer, and that's what he did. He went to PT school. They paid for it. He had a job lined up, knew about where he would probably be stationed once he was done with PT school, and he did that for, I believe, 4, maybe 6 years. And he really enjoyed it. Sometimes he would get bogged down. He ended up getting a lot of job stress, and he also has 3 children, so that was his choice to get out because he wanted to spend more time with his children and also kind of dive into the military profession instead of his military career. So the next thing I want to talk about is tuition assistance. This is something for active and reserve members. So this isn't necessarily going to apply to everybody, but if you are thinking about it, this is a way to get college paid for. This is basically unlimited tuition for those personnel that I just talked about. But with reserve specifically, it's going to be a prorated amount. It's not going to be a full tuition. But they will help pay for some of PT, so it does act as a supplementary income. And the next one is going to be the GI Bill. This is the big one. Not many vets will have the GI Bill available by the time they get to grad school, but there are some creative ways that you can use it so that you maximize your benefits. So basically, this is what I would recommend if you know for a fact that PT is what you were born on this earth to do. So in undergrad, you can get the unsubsidized loans, so the government will pick up the interest for you while you're in school, and you don't have to make any payments. So if you know that you're going to grad school, you can hold off on using your GI Bill and use it for grad school, which is generally more expensive than undergraduate studies. So that's one way. And then also, during your semesters, you'll get your tuition paid for and your book stipend, but also a housing stipend depending on where you're living. And if you are living either with parents or very cheaply with friends or other family, you could actually hopefully soak up some of that tuition stipend and save it, or the housing stipend, and save it for the next semester's tuition so you don't have to use your benefits that semester. And also, while you're in undergraduate studies, I highly recommend that you take as many courses as you can in a semester and take summer courses to the max, because that will prolong how many months you can use your benefits and how many courses you can get done within the 36 months that you're allotted, which generally will help pay for a 4-year degree, but you really got to be on your game and you got to make sure you get your courses done. So taking just the minimal 12 hours isn't really what I would recommend for anybody that hasn't gotten any of their college done while they're in the military. Also, there are local GI Bill factors, such as in Alabama, there's a GI Bill specifically for disabled vets, and this is actually for the children of disabled vets. They can actually go to school basically for free and with tuition and books covered. So make sure you look at that if you do have family members that are vets that are disabled. Most states have something like that, some kind of a state GI Bill. And the last thing I want to talk about, this is also specifically for veterans, and it's the Vocation Rehabilitation Program. And so this program is actually geared towards and for military veterans, and it's not really an education program, It's an employment program. Therefore, if your employment requires education, they will help pay for education. And I am currently in voc rehab and went to school on the GI Bill, so you can do both, but you really have to look into it and really understand how everything's working out, and make sure you do everything on a certain timeline. So if you have more questions with that and you know that you're eligible for voc rehab, please contact me, because it is a little bit tough. They don't generally approve for graduate level studies. It's generally for undergraduate studies, because again, it's to get you into the job market, not to get you a degree. So, but with that, they also have a lot of counseling for degrees, so it's really good. But it can be done. So if you have any questions, please feel free to contact us below, and we'll also provide our other social media links if you have any questions. And you can expect a response within 24 to 48 hours. I really love talking about this stuff, and I hope I get a bunch of responses. Look forward to talking to y'all.